Welcome students again. This is part 3 of our same lecture. Next topic is jump statements. Jump statements are of two types. One is break, another one is continue. Okay. So let us now discuss the break statement. Break statement is used to terminate from wherever it lies. Is this basically used sometimes to jump over the statements actually, whenever we are trapped in some critical situation. Fine, let us take this example. This is an example. See, firstly we'll see this general syntax. See, in while loop you have applied this. If condition is there you are applying the break statement. The break statement will allow you to take out from this particular if condition. Okay, it is applied in if, so it will take you out from if. Okay, so if where ends, it ends here after statement 2 and 3. If statement ends, and then it will enter again back in the while loop. See, in while loop statement 1 was there. In statement 1 we have applied this if condition, and there is a break. So if we encounter this break in between, so it will take us out of this statement 1, this where the if condition is lying. So it will take us to statement 4. Now let us take this example also. We have used a for loop here. I is the variable and range we have given. It will work from 1 to 10. 11 will not be included here. So we are taking input of two variables a and b. We want them to be of integer type, that's why we have written int before them. It will be taken from the user. If b is equals to 0, means we are comparing the value, whatever value the user has entered here, we are comparing this value of b with 0, because we want to apply this function. We want to calculate the value of c by the division of a by b. So if b you are supplying 0, then c will be undefined, so we just want to avoid this. So whatever value the user has entered here, we are checking if by mistake the user has entered 0. If it is yes, then print statement will print division by 0 error aborting, and it will break. So if it will break, then it will come out of this if and else also. So it will come here, so it will print program is over. If the user has not entered b is equals to 0, matlab b user has not entered as 0, though this if will not be executed, then directly it will go to else, and it will calculate value of c by dividing a with b. So you will get c and it will print, and then it will come out of this loop and print program is over. Otherwise, if this is executed, so neither if will be executed nor else will be executed, and it will straight away print the program is over. Fine. So in this way, with the help of this break statement, we are able to get out of this trap very easily. Similarly, continue statement is basically used. It actually forces the next iteration of the loop to take place, skipping any code in between. See, if with the similar case, by chance the user has entered b0, if I'll write continue here, so what it will do, it will take me back to this point. Okay, so that here I can give a user a chance to enter value of b again. I can write a code here where please enter the value of b again as you have entered value 0. So continue will allow you to go at the beginning again. In while loop, if you have inserted this, see, in at this place break was applied here. If we have applied continue, so it will take us to the beginning of the loop, and it was taking you out of this loop wherever it has been applied. So continue will take to the beginning, and break will take you to at the outside of that particular loop. I hope the difference is clear. Okay, now more about loops. These loops can be applied else can be applied along with these loops also. Likewise we are applying if with else, so we can apply this else with loops also. See, for loop and while, there are two types of loops in Python, so these, with these loops we can apply else also. How this will work then? This else will work only when the for loop or the while loop is terminating normally. If it is terminating using break or continue statements, or the loop goes false because of certain problem, then this else will not get executed. If it is terminating because the condition has become false, then only the else will get executed. Let us take an example to make it more clear. Here a for loop we have started, and range I have given 1 to 4, so it will go up to 1 to 3. Now a first value will be 1, secondly it will be assigned 2, then 3, and finished. So once the a has been given value 1, so 1 mod 10 will give you remainder. When you are giving a smaller number then with whom it should be divided, then this smaller number will come itself as a remainder. So 1 mod 8 is equals to 0. When you will divide you will divide 1 by 8. Okay, when you will divide 1 by 8, so what will happen? What you are doing, you are dividing 1 by 8. So what will happen? 1 will come straight away as remainder. Fine. If you are dividing a smaller number from a bigger number, then this number will come in remainder as it is. So if 1 is being divided by 8, so what will be the remainder? 1. Okay, so 1 is not equal to 0, it is comparing. 1 is equals to 0. Double equal to is always meant for comparison. So left hand side will be compared with right hand side. So 1 is equals to 0. So that is false. If it would have been true, तो ये break हो जाता. But this break will not get executed. It will come here. Element is A. A is 1. Okay. Then again it will go. Next it will a value will be taken up 2. So 2 mod 8. This time it will be 2. So what will be the remainder? 2 again. I told you when this number is smaller than the divisor, okay, then you will get the same number as remainder. So 2 is equal to 0. No. So it will go here. Means if is not executed, then it will come here to print element is 2. Again the value 3 will a will be getting value 3, so 3 mod 8. So again it will be remainder will be 3. Remainder will be 3. Fine, remainder will be 3, so again it will print element is 3. And now the value will become 4. The 4 will not be acceptable here because I told you 4 is out of this range. So when this for loop will become false, then it will go to else, and then it will print ending looping after printing all the sequences. Fine. So here we can see output is element is 1, element is 2, element is 3, and after that ending all the for loop after printing all the sequences. Okay, so this way we get. Now he is saying कि if we write this statement as this, means we are replacing 8 with 2, then what will be the output? Again you think over it. This time this is 2. Fine. So firstly a will get 1, तो 1 mod 2, answer is 1. ठीक है. If you are dividing 1 by 2 से आप divide कर रहे हो, तो you will get remainder 1. And again the loop will go on. That will print element is a is 1. Then next time value will be 2. So 2 mod 2 is 0. This is not 8 now, this is 2. Fine. 2 mod 2 is 0. Is comparable to 0? Yes. So it will break. Now if it will break, so else will not get executed. Fine. So your output will be element is 1. Okay. Now nesting of loops. Nesting means we are putting one value inside one loop inside another. As we are doing this in this for loop, we are putting another for loop, and then it will print this. These we have done in 11th class also. So here your chapter 1 is finished. I hope you have understood it. This was just a revision of your class 11. Thank you.